Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. I hope you guys are all hanging in there right now for Bitcoin because, yes, Bitcoin, we know it did in fact have a massive dump. So, yes, we saw Bitcoin having a crash, okay, especially yesterday. Even the day before that, we saw Bitcoin slightly dropping, but then the next day, it obviously crashed a lot. And pretty much that goes along with other altcoins, right? So, today, in today's stream, guys, I want to really talk more about Bitcoin, give you guys a little update on what is happening with Bitcoin as of right now. And of course, I want to show you guys a fair few charts. And I really want to talk about, since Bitcoin is in fact having a dump right now, it is obviously having a crash. I want to talk about what is, next to come for Bitcoin, right? What is Bitcoin's, next upcoming move? Okay, so Bitcoin right now, guys, is sitting at $26,000. Okay, you guys clearly see that right there. And we know Bitcoin did, in fact, break this trend line. Okay, I'll talk about this trend line a fair few bit because I feel like it's very, very important. So, Bitcoin did, in fact, break this trend line. You guys clearly see that right there. And this did, in fact, happen a couple of I was going to say a couple of days ago, but it literally just happened yesterday, right? So we know that. And I told you guys, right, if we were to see Bitcoin break this trend line, Bitcoin were to most likely drop further down to the downside. So we might actually see Bitcoin pull back even more down to the downside. So we might actually potentially see Bitcoin, drop to like $25,000 to 24 to maybe even 23. But I've been mentioning this many times. I don't see Bitcoin, and this is just obviously my personal opinion, right? I don't see Bitcoin, okay, dropping to like 20K or below 20K ever again. Okay, that's what I want you guys to understand, because I feel like a lot of people out there are in fact saying that, Bitcoin's going to go back down to its previous lows, which was around $15,000. But understand, guys, right? Every single time, okay, Bitcoin reaches a bottom during a bear market and it does in fact form a new pattern up to the upside, we never see Bitcoin drop back down to its previous bottom ever again, right, in Bitcoin history. Okay, so clearly, okay, Bitcoin, right, let me just show you guys. It did in fact reach a bottom right over here, okay, back in November and December. So obviously a couple months ago, around 9 months ago, almost up to a year now, okay, and obviously Bitcoin is forming these patterns, okay, up to the upside, right? You guys can just clearly see that. So Bitcoin, okay, I don't see Bitcoin, plummeting back down to its previous lows, right? I don't see that happening. But I do see, since Bitcoin did in fact break this trend line, okay, I've been talking about this a fair few times. I do in fact see Bitcoin, maybe pulling back a bit more. So further down to the downside, maybe 25 to 24 to maybe even 23. We will see, but I don't personally, okay, I don't see Bitcoin touching $20,000 or even going back down below 20K, meaning I don't see Bitcoin dropping back down to like 19 to 18K to 17 to 16 to even 15K, right, as previous low. So that's just my personal, opinion, okay? So Bitcoin right now, okay, we are in fact in the daily time frame. So you guys can see Bitcoin did in fact drop a fair bit. It's still holding at $26,000, 26,400 right now. If we actually go to the 1 hour time frame, you guys can see it seems like Bitcoin is in fact consolidating at this level. So it seems like Bitcoin, okay, ever since this drop did in fact happen just yesterday, right, it looks like Bitcoin is in fact holding at this level of pretty much $26,000. So we will see what's going to happen with Bitcoin in the next upcoming, few days, of course, if we do in fact see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside, or it might actually, continue to consolidate at $26,000. We will see. But personally, okay, we might actually see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside because it did in fact break this trend line. So we might see even more pullbacks, but we will see. But so far today, overall, the market is down over 1%. And you guys clearly see the global crypto market cap is slightly gone down a bit as well. Right now, it's currently at 1.05 trillion. So it's still above 1 trillion, which is, great to see, I guess. So it's still holding up 1 trillion, which is great. But overall, today, everything's sort of taking a little breather, right? Today, a lot of altcoins are not really, not really moving today, right? And not actually continuing to crash. Okay, but you also see Bitcoin and Ethereum are down, 1%, whereas other altcoins are not really moving, right? BNB is down 1%, XRP is not really moving. Same with Cardano. Dogecoin, on the other hand, is actually up 2%. I don't know why, but Doge is up 2%. It's still at 6 cents though. But Doge, okay, is up 2% today, so I guess that's great to see, but not really, because for the past week it's down over 16%. Solana not really moving today. Same with Tron, Polkadot, Polygon. Shiba Inu's actually pumping slightly, 1.8%. Litecoin is not really moving. Avalanche, Chainlink, okay, you guys get it right. It's not really moving. But Stellar is up 4% today, so that's great to see as well. So you guys clearly see, it seems like a fair few altcoins are in fact having a little breather today. And HBAR, let's talk about that real quick. HBAR is up 18%. I have no idea why HBAR is up 18% today, right? But I think this is the top altcoin that's having the most gains today, obviously, right? Because a lot of altcoins, like majority of them, are not really moving, but HBAR on the other hand is up 18%. So that's, you know, great to see, I guess, for HBAR. But yeah, overall the market right now is stagnant. Okay, not much movements today, but we are in fact seeing some, you know, slow movements overall. But Bitcoin is not moving, Ethereum's not moving, but you know, some altcoins are in fact having some pumps like HBAR, Doge, I guess, and Sheep, but not much, nothing too crazy. Okay, but let's talk about it. I want to show you guys a fair few charts, okay, in today's stream. So starting off with this one, where do we see, you know, Bitcoin short term? Okay, so this is the, you know, short term structure of where we might actually see Bitcoin heading. So this chart is indicating, you know, some levels that we should, you know, keep an eye on, right? So it's saying here around $26.7 thousand to 26.2 to maybe even $24.7 thousand. So yes, like I said, we might actually see Bitcoin have some more pullbacks, you know, in the next few days, maybe, right? Or it could potentially just continue to consolidate at this level where it is right now at $26,000. So we might actually see Bitcoin go as low as maybe $24,000. This is what the chart is indicating right here, okay? And then it will eventually, you know, bounce back up to the upside. And when it does in fact have a bounce back up to the upside, who knows, right? It might actually not even go back up to 30K straight away. But we will see, guys, okay? But so far, short term, okay, this seems pretty legit. And I do agree that we might actually see Bitcoin continue to consolidate at $26,000. Okay, so yes, this chart, that's next. Yes, we could potentially see that happening for Bitcoin. This could potentially be the next level that we see Bitcoin for a while, which is $26,000. But who knows, we might actually see Bitcoin have another retest back down to the downside of 26K. So it might go back down to 25, so maybe even 24. I believe Bitcoin, a couple of hours ago, actually, like early this morning, it did actually just touch $25,000. I'm not quite sure if I'm actually right, but I think I did in fact see Bitcoin touch $25,000, like just touch it. So it actually just went below 26K. But I don't know if that actually did in fact happen. You know what I mean? But apparently it did. And other people were in fact tweeting out, you know, Bitcoin's down at 25K. But now it's obviously, you know, bounced back up to 26K. So yeah, we might actually see Bitcoin consolidate here at this level in the next few days. We will see, time will tell. But obviously, you know, keep you guys updated. So I feel like this is very important. I actually showed you guys this chart in my previous video. So if you guys haven't seen my most previous videos, in fact, you know, the videos that I've uploaded today, you know, I uploaded about 2 videos. So if you guys haven't seen those videos, you should definitely check it out. I really would appreciate it. But in this chart, okay, we've had a lot of fake outs. Okay, a fake out before a breakout. So you guys can see this is our third one, okay, that we are in fact seeing Bitcoin pretty much forming this like very slow downtrend. So we saw one back in March. Bitcoin was in fact having this downtrend, and then all of a sudden it did in fact have a massive leg up, another massive pump up to the upside. Okay, and then once again we saw Bitcoin having another downtrend, okay, back in May and June. Okay, and then it did in fact break out from this resistance line, from this downtrend, and it obviously did in fact have another pump up to the upside. So right now, it looks like Bitcoin is in fact forming another very slow downtrend. Okay, so it's just another breakout for Bitcoin, another, you know, fake up before the breakout. We will see, guys. Okay, we will see. But so far, okay, this one's different because Bitcoin, like I said many times, it did in fact break that trend line. Real quick, I'll just show you guys. Okay, we know Bitcoin this time is different because Bitcoin did in fact break this trend line. Okay, so meaning we might actually see Bitcoin, you know, drop further down to the downside. Okay, that's pretty much what it means. Okay, So that's just my personal predictions, but we will see. We might actually see Bitcoin have another leg up, but maybe not anytime soon. Maybe for a while we might actually see Bitcoin stuck at this level where it is right now, which is 26k, or maybe drop further down to the downside. We will see. Okay, so who knows, right? Who realistically really knows? But so far, short term, okay, for Bitcoin, it's not looking too good. But if you really zoom out, guys, right, with this crash, right, if you just really zoom out and look at the entire, Bitcoin chart, understand that this crash that we're in fact seeing right now is not even making a dent in the charts, right? Please understand that, guys. So a lot of people are obviously fearful right now. A lot of people are obviously spooked out by this crash that happened yesterday for Bitcoin and crypto, right? The crypto market. And understand, guys, right? Looking at this chart, right? This Bitcoin crash is literally nothing. And I told you guys, right? If you guys were in fact, sticking around in the crypto space last year in 2022, if you guys were in fact in the crypto space and you guys were simply just buying and hodling, right? It was hard. It was difficult because last year in 2022, so much FUD, so much negative things were in fact happening around the crypto, space and community, causing the markets to crash, right? A fair few crypto exchanges were obviously collapsing and have gone bankrupt, and they're just completely shut down. Okay, we know that. And of course, Terra Luna, that was a big one, right? We saw Terra Luna dumping, okay, and absolutely just collapsing. And now obviously bring Bitcoin and crypto down a lot as well. So understand, guys, with this crash that we are in fact seeing right now, it's nothing compared to what we saw last year in 2022. Literally, right? So if you literally survived 2022, you can literally survive anything in crypto. Like what's coming up with Bitcoin and crypto is going to be completely nothing compared to what happened in 2022, right? So this crash that we are in fact seeing right now for Bitcoin, it's literally a walk in the park. If you survived last year in 2022, because we know 2022 was literally one of the worst. I wouldn't say it is the worst, but it was in fact, in my opinion, one of the worst times in crypto history. You know what I mean? It was just a terrible year for Bitcoin and crypto, right? That entire year, we saw Bitcoin absolutely collapse. Bitcoin dropped like over 70%. I think it was like 78% from its previous all-time highs to, its low, which was around 15k, which is pretty bad. Right, and then obviously we saw a lot of altcoins collapsing as well. So yeah, 2022 overall was just a terrible year for crypto. So if you survive that year, you can literally survive anything. Okay, so what we're seeing right now is nothing compared to what we saw last year, literally, right? So don't be scared, guys. Don't be spooked out. Okay, do not be spooked out by this crash. In fact, okay, we should be doing the complete opposite. While everyone else is fearful, okay, everyone's panicking for no odd reason, for no reason at all, and everyone's just panic selling, right? Obviously, that's why Bitcoin is obviously, dumping, okay, because there's a lot of heavy selling and whatnot. Understand, guys, we should be doing the complete opposite, right? So we should be buying, okay? We should not be panicking at all. In fact, we should be very bearish and blessed because we should be taking this as an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin and crypto, right? So that's just my personal opinion. Okay, this is obviously one of the biggest opportunities right now to buy Bitcoin at a low price. I've been telling you guys many times, even when Bitcoin was at like 29k to even 30k a couple of weeks ago, I told you guys we are still in the buy zone. Right now, it's still a great time to buy. And since Bitcoin is dropped even more, take this as an opportunity to DCA, right? So that's just my personal opinion. I'm pretty sure you guys are in fact buying into Bitcoin as well. I'm pretty sure you guys have bought the dip. Like who hasn't, right? This is a huge opportunity right now to buy more Bitcoin at a cheaper price. Okay, so that's that. Now moving on, okay, you guys can see with all this, I wouldn't say FUD, but with all this like drop and whatnot with Bitcoin that we are in fact seeing right now and other altcoins, understand, guys, right? The halving is in fact about to happen, and we know every single time we have the Bitcoin halving, that is where, guys, we will in fact see Bitcoin tend to pump the most. Okay, but understand, once the halving actually happens, we're not going to see Bitcoin pump straight away, right? I don't think that has ever happened. Once the Bitcoin halving happened, like we didn't see Bitcoin pump straight away, right? It pumped like, in the next like few months. So that's why, guys, I've been telling you guys, maybe towards the end of the year in 2024, that is when, the real bull run, okay, will in fact happen for Bitcoin, and of course throughout the year in 2025. Okay, so some exciting times ahead of us, guys. So while we are still, down here at this level, right? Buy, guys. Okay, we're still in the buy zone. Please understand that Bitcoin is still nowhere near, obviously, right? It's still nowhere back up to its previous all-time highs, which was 69k. Not even halfway there yet. So think about it. Okay, it's still a great time to buy Bitcoin. Okay, it really, really is. So please take this as an opportunity to buy as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. DCA in to Bitcoin. Okay, before it's too late, because time is ticking. Understand the halving is literally right around the corner. It's literally less than a year from now. So in the next couple of months, we're gonna see Bitcoin pump no matter what. Okay, it's gonna pump. Okay, so time is ticking. Please understand that. So it's a race. Okay, it's a race against time, I guess, right? Because Bitcoin will eventually pump back up to like $30,000 to 32 to 35 to 40 to 50, okay, to 60, and of course reach back up to its previous highs. And then of course it's going to reach a new all-time high in the next upcoming bull market, right? So time is ticking, guys. Okay, now Bitcoin held by long-term holders. I just clearly see this is absolutely massive. Seems like a lot of people out there are in fact now realizing where Bitcoin is heading. So it seems like a lot of people are in fact holding onto their Bitcoins long-term. So you guys clearly see Bitcoin Magazine just tweeted this out. 75% of all available Bitcoin is held by long-term holders. Okay, so it did in fact reach pretty much a new all-time high. Okay, so 75% of all available Bitcoins. So far we have mined over 19 million. Okay, so we still have under 2 million more Bitcoins to be mined. And obviously we know, they say the last Bitcoin to be mined is the year 2140. So that's still, over 100 years away. But yes, okay, 75% of all available Bitcoins, that's a lot, right, are in fact being held right now. People are not selling. So understand, guys, how scarce Bitcoin is. Understand there's only 21 million Bitcoins ever to be existed, right? And a lot of people right now are in fact realizing that they are holding the Bitcoins because they understand where Bitcoin, okay, and has where the Bitcoin technology is heading in the future, guys. Okay, and of course like blockchain and all that, right? Like we need this technology in this world, okay, especially with the economy not looking too good. Okay, with banks collapsing and whatnot, right? Money transactions, it's just a headache, right? With Bitcoin, it's simply just peer-to-peer money transactions, right? No third parties, there's no government behind it, there's no banks behind it, nothing, right? It's completely just peer-to-peer transactions, and this is why I'm really bullish with Bitcoin, and I like the technology behind Bitcoin, right? So that's that, and it seems like a lot of people are in fact realizing that right now. So simply people are in fact simply just holding the Bitcoins, long term. They're not selling it. Okay, so that's absolutely amazing to see as always. Now moving on, the Fear and Greed Index is right now currently at 39. So we're still in fear mode. So it seems like investors are not really sure how they feel, but they are obviously fearful. Okay. Just like yesterday, we were in fact at 37. Today's at 39. So not a huge difference, but it seems like people are in fact still feeling fearful. So we should, be doing the complete opposite. Okay, we should be buying while others are, are fearful. Just like what Bill Gates says, right? When others are fearful, we should be greedy. So this is obviously a great time to buy, guys. Okay, it really, really is. So yes, last week we were in fact in neutral. Last month we were in fact in greed mode. So a lot of people were in fact buying a lot and feeling a bit more greedy because I guess Bitcoin was in fact pumping, right? A lot of people like to chase those, green candles, which is okay, what I mean? Because at that time, Bitcoin was probably like closer to like 30k or was at 30k. So, it would have been a great time to buy Bitcoin at 30k, especially if you're investing for long term. So that's all good. But yes, right now is literally a great time to get more Bitcoin, right? To DCA more into Bitcoin. Now, the Bitcoin monthly returns has gone down even more. Okay, so right now, so far, August is not looking too good for Bitcoin. It's down 11%, pretty much almost 12%, 11.5%. So yeah, August, usually Bitcoin doesn't actually perform that well for this month. So I'm not expecting, I didn't expect August for Bitcoin to actually, perform decently, but I guess it didn't, right? And of course, September, it's even worse, okay? Because you guys can clearly see in previous years, throughout the years, you guys can just clearly see that, right? For September, Bitcoin did not perform great at all. So we know September is not a great month for Bitcoin. Usually Bitcoin doesn't perform that great for that month. So I'm not expecting August to be a good month for Bitcoin. Okay, we're about to enter the next month in September, and of course September is not going to be a great month for Bitcoin as well. But who knows? Maybe this is going to be the first year we might actually see Bitcoin switched it up, and who knows, September we might actually see Bitcoin perform pretty well this time, because previous years 2022, 2021, 2020, even 2019, 2018, 2017, 2017 even, Bitcoin didn't perform that great, right? So we're going to see what happens next month. But yeah, so far, guys, I hope you guys are still hanging in there, because the market today is it's taking a little breather, I must say, right? And other altcoins are obviously bouncing back up, like Dogecoin, SHIB is slightly bouncing back up, Bitcoin Cash 2%, right? Stellar 4%, and of course HBAR 14%, right? So a fair few altcoins are in fact, even Optos APT is up 4% today. So yeah, a fair few altcoins are slightly having a little breather today, which is great, right? And yeah, not much movement today at all. So let me go ahead and answer some questions, because you guys did in fact comment. All right, so let me go ahead and answer some of these questions. So it says here, did you buy anything in this dump? Yes, I did. So obviously I bought some Bitcoin, okay, and actually bought some more Chainlink, right? You guys know I'm a huge fan of Chainlink. Okay, so I actually bought some Bitcoin, I bought some Chainlink, and I'm planning on buying some more Ethereum, right? I'm not gonna lie, it's been quite some time. It's been a couple of weeks since I bought some Ethereum. So I'm planning on buying some more Ethereum. And yeah, Ethereum is a great buy right now. It's sitting at $1,600, just below 17. And at one point it was like at $1,800, right? Like a couple weeks ago. So right now Ethereum is obviously a great buy, down 10% for the past week, right? For the past 7 days. So I'm planning on buying more Ethereum. And I'm planning on buying more Solana. It's been a while since I stopped buying Solana. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on Solana, because obviously Solana has dropped a lot, but I understand like a lot of these altcoins have dropped a lot as well. And yeah, but I'm planning on buying more Solana. I still believe in Solana. I feel like a lot of people are in fact sleeping on Solana. Polygon, I'm planning on buying more as well. Is now back down at 58 cents, below 60 cents. So I think it's a great buy right now for Polygon. I like Polygon a lot. And that's about it. That's all I'm really planning on buying, guys, to be honest with you guys. Okay, there are in fact some other coins that I want to buy, but right now I need to focus on buying more Ethereum, because it's been a while since I bought more Ethereum. So yeah, that's what I'm personally buying. You guys can let me know what you guys are personally buying, but that's so far what I am buying. Okay, so someone says here, Bitcoin is going down to $20,000 at least. Now, I told you guys, I actually made a separate video talking about this. So if you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out. I think I posted it like just an hour ago. So definitely check out that video. But personally, guys, I told you guys many times, I don't see Bitcoin dropping to 20K. Okay, I really don't, guys. Okay, and there's obviously a lot of reasons why I don't see Bitcoin, dropping back down to like, 20K. I really don't see that happening. So obviously, we already hit bottom, right? So if we just zoom in here, okay, look, guys, okay, we hit bottom of around $15,000. Okay, well, let me show you guys on TradingView, because I think that's a bit more better. Here we go. So 20K, which is all the way down here. Now, yeah, 20K. Okay, look, guys, it may be possible. Okay, we might actually see Bitcoin drop to 20K, but personally, I don't think that is possible. Okay, so we know right over here, okay, Bitcoin did in fact reach a low. Okay, this was in fact Bitcoin's previous lows, right? During this, bear market, obviously. So it went all the way down to around 15K, which was, in fact, it's like a low, like it's bottom. And then it went up to like 16K, and at one point it went all the way up to like around 18K, and then it dropped back down to 16K. So we saw Bitcoin stuck at like 16K for pretty much like a couple of weeks. It's been a while, you know what I mean? It's been a very long time. And then obviously Bitcoin after that did in fact, you know, have these massive, I wouldn't say massive, but these pumps up, right? And this massive, you know, rally up. So it's obviously, you know, forming a new pattern up to the upside. Let me just go to the weekly time frame. I think this might be better to show you guys. So you guys can clearly see Bitcoin did in fact reach a bottom right here, okay, and it did obviously, you know, form a new pattern up to the upside. So understand, guys, throughout Bitcoin history, okay, Bitcoin has never, like, once I actually reach a bottom, okay, once we actually see Bitcoin reach a bottom and it, you know, creates a new pattern up to the upside, we never see Bitcoin, you know, go back down to its previous lows. Like, that has never happened in Bitcoin history. So please understand that, guys. So we might, that's why I always tell you guys, right? So since Bitcoin is in fact dumping right now and break this trend line that we are in fact seeing right now, okay, we might actually see Bitcoin go below, you know, $25,000 to maybe even 24 to maybe even 23, right? But 20K, I don't think that's possible. Even below 20K, I don't think that is possible. And understand, I don't think it's the right time right now for us to see Bitcoin drop this much, because we know the halving, okay? The halving is in fact about to happen, and we are obviously, you know, in the pre-bull right now, okay? We're in the pre-bull time right now, okay? We are in fact in recovery mode for Bitcoin, right? So understand, guys, once the halving actually happens, okay, we're gonna see, you know, Bitcoin pump. So I don't see Bitcoin, you know, dropping all the way down to like 20K. That's just my personal opinion, guys, right? I really, you know, don't see that happening. Like, once Bitcoin actually touches a bottom, like, we don't see Bitcoin really go back down to its previous lows. Right now, 20K, like, that's a pretty long way to go, to be honest with you guys. Okay, how long is that? Like, no. No. Okay, that's not what I'm trying to do here. Is it this? I think it is this. Okay, so that is 20K. I think that's a 20% drop, right? So if Bitcoin were to, you know, go back down, if it were to, you know, 26K right now and it would drop all the way down to like 20K, that would be a over 20% drop, right? So it says here 23% drop. Okay, so what can cause Bitcoin to drop that much, right, during this time right now? Understand the halving is literally right around the corner. Understand, you know, the bull market is in fact about to happen. So what can cause Bitcoin, okay, to drop, you know, over 20%, right? And with this drop, it's pretty much like a 9% drop. I'm pretty sure this is only like a 9% drop. So what can cause Bitcoin to drop another like 23%, and that will bring it back down to like 20K, right? So it always has to do something with like FUD, right? Like, something negative has to happen in the crypto space. So if we see more FUD and people like are in fact selling off, or whales are selling off and whatnot, right? Then yes, we're gonna see Bitcoin continue to, you know, go back down, further down to the downside, guys. So who really knows? But personally, I don't see Bitcoin dropping to 20K. Okay, and I know I want you guys to see Bitcoin drop 20K, maybe because, you know, you missed an opportunity on buying Bitcoin when it was at 20K. Maybe that's just my personal opinion, but I don't think that's going to happen. But understand, guys, buying Bitcoin at 26K where it is right now is a fantastic buy, especially if you're investing for long term, and you should be, right? We all should be investing into Bitcoin long term, okay? It's obviously a great long term investment, in my opinion. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen my most previous videos that I've uploaded today, you should definitely check it out, because it's pretty interesting, and I know you guys would be pretty pumped to see them. So don't panic, guys, right now, okay, with this crash and this dump that's happening for Bitcoin. Okay, what's next to come for Bitcoin? Okay, it's gonna most likely, you know, we might see Bitcoin dump further down to the downside, or continue to consolidate at 26K at this level, and then eventually it will, you know, bounce back up to the upside. Okay, so don't panic, guys. Stack more while you can, while we're still down at this level. That's just my personal opinion, because I'm stacking as much as I possibly can, and now a lot of people out there, right, are in fact doing the same exact thing, and that's great, because we're still in a great buying opportunity right now. Okay, so that's that. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really will appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.